r/askreddit, do you believe in the paranormal? Why or why not? Well, I guess you could always try summoning a ghost with a Ouija board and hope for the best. What could go wrong? I think that dream is mostly gone. As a Gen X, I grew up with all the bad videos and photos of ghosts, Sasquatch, alien spaceships, etc. We thought that maybe one day when someone gets a better pic we'll have proof. Today, half the people on the planet have HD cameras on them at all times and we got nothing. Let's say someone shows you a photo of a ghost they took in an empty house. You say, that's just someone in a costume. Is that proof? I love the paranormal, but no, I don't believe. Something extraordinary would have to happen to me to believe. And even then, you can't know it wasn't just your brain bamboozling you. I am fairly certain I have a false memory from a very convincing false awakening type of lucid dream. No, because if it's real, it's not paranormal, and if it's not real, then you're being tricked. Paradoxical. You produce a viable paranormal entity and then I will believe. Okay, but because it can't be recorded, I need you to meet me behind the Walmart at 3:45 a.m. on February 3rd, 2024. Don't be late, it won't happen again until 28-27. Yes, it would be ignorant to think that the only things we believe to exist is what we understand/can observe in such an incomprehensibly large universe. Right now as I have a beer in the sun in my backyard? Fuck no. Later tonight when I go to bed after playing Visage for a couple hours. Jury's very much the fuck out. I never did until I lived in a house someone had committed suicide in. Both my roommates, myself, and friends who came over all experienced weird shit that had no logical explanation at all. No, because I've never seen or heard anything that couldn't be explained with simpler answers, and anyone who says they have, I don't believe. I would love to be proven wrong though. That makes sense. Your beliefs are shaped by your own experiences, or lack thereof. Sure, because I want to, because it's cool. Most honest answer in the thread. I would like to, because I would like to think that the people I love do/will go on in some way, but logically I very much doubt in the reality of it. It's interesting, we accept that prior to sperm meeting egg we as individuals didn't exist in any form, anywhere, unless you believe in reincarnation, but we often find the idea of returning to not existing in any form, anywhere after we've had a physical presence and consciousness more difficult. I believe that there are things we do not know yet and most things we perceive as paranormal have reasonable explanations. Care to share an example? I've always framed it this way, I do not believe in ghosts. The sheer amount of people who have died is wild. Mostly not desirable deaths. So, if ghosts exist, we would talk about them like we talk about the weather. That said, if I were offered 100k to spend a night at a well-known haunt, that's an offer I would never take. No, because anything that exists within the universe is part of the rules of the universe. If ghosts exist then they can't be paranormal because they would obey the rules of the universe just like everything else. They would just be normal things we can't explain yet, but only if they exist. Visage is really frightening, isn't it? The slow building of tension and then even just a teddy bear that has slightly changed position when you look away, scared me so much I almost punched my laptop screen. I decided I had absolutely no business playing that game and left it alone. Great game though. Yeah. There are too many isolated accounts for it to be nothing. This is what always troubles me, deep in the back of my mind, even though I strongly doubt such things exist because I've had things happen that I've tried to find a logical explanation for, but I have ended up unable to explain them. Agreed. No, zero evidence. I almost want to believe. I simply lack the personal experience to actually believe. No. Because at this point in time it's basically provably untrue. There's cameras everywhere but the only ones that capture ghost stuff is TikTokers. Oh spoo, okay. No. There's no empirical evidence, and people's experiences are not evidence to anyone except the person who experienced them. I do find it interesting though. The biggest evidence of paranormal activity is millions of hours of footage and no proof ever being shown. No. Because there is no evidence for it. Also, there is no coherent definition of what supernatural even is. No, if it exists, it can be studied, quantified, measured, and is normal. Same logic applies to the supernatural, horoscopes, and to all deities. I take the pragmatic route on it. For example, if you're renovating a house and find a laminated card of a saint buried in the basement, what would you do with the card? I put it back exactly where I found it because I don't see a reason to fuck with things. This is a good answer. I won't entirely disregard the possibility of ESP, ghosts, cryptids, and what have you. But if any such things do exist, it's only through science that we'll learn the truth about them. What about intuitions or consciousness? No. Nothing supernatural has ever been demonstrated to exist. People make claims, but claims are not evidence. I was raised in a non-religious, very secular home. No superstitions, no myths, or legends, or ghost stories. That being said, now that I'm older and wiser? Yes. I absolutely believe in the paranormal, but not in the way we understand it. Just like how there are things that exist we cannot outright perceive, ultraviolet light, radiation, viruses. There are likely many more things that exist that interact with us on a regular basis that we have yet to have the ability to detect. I like this answer. No, because magic isn't real and I've never seen any proof that was even remotely credible. Not personally, no. I'm not sure of the logic of it. I'd like to think I'm an open-minded person though. No. There's no hard reason. I just never have. It's like religion. I've never had that kind of faith in any of that stuff, so I don't believe in any god. I'm willing to be wrong though, I just need to experience it myself. No. I've yet to experience anything personally nor hear a convincing argument for the existence of anything paranormal or supernatural. No, anyone who has seriously attempted to study it has found nothing. Numerous fakes exist and many frauds make money off it like mediums though. I found an unopened packet of Doritos in the crawl space. The just-in-case believer. I know that logically ghosts aren't real, but I've experienced enough shit to say that the science just isn't understood yet. Something happens. Energy gets stuck or timelines converge or something. I really would like my dead housemate to stop knocking shit off the table and slamming doors though. It's freaking my new housemate out. I've always thought about the biological energy of humans and how the transference of it works. Like, what if ghosts are just energy leftovers that haven't been fully recycled? Oh. No, but I would love to see one. Why? Because I'm not cynical but rather skeptical yet open-minded.